All right, everybody. So it says that we are live. So let's play the Can You See Us and Hear Us game. We're running some different mics than normal because I got my other ones charging. You got to turn your volume down. And the gnats are so bad, y'all. Tis the season for blooming of bugs. Grass is growing, bugs are growing. That's the way it is. So we've got fans running to keep the gnats blown off of us. Welcome to Florida. We grow bugs. We grow bugs. Let me go and forewarn y'all. I get tongue twisted every week. I am exhausted.
We'll take it slow tonight.
I know. I need to Bob Ross it again. I've been telling Tiffany for the last 20 minutes, my eyes are literally burning.
Well, you never slow down, you never take a break. And actually, today wasn't all of a break for him. He got up so early this morning
I
and
got
was
it way too
editing
early.
most of the morning. So I think once your body finally settled down and rested, it was like, okay, are we gonna do this all day?
Yeah, so I am exhausted.
Yeah.
Literally eyes burning. They've been watering off and on. I should have took a nap. It's been rainy and nasty all day. We had some storms roll through this morning. Nothing bad. Tomorrow's supposed to be our
One of those
bad day.
nap days.
I didn't nap, and I absolutely should have. I am feeling
You
it. So
tried to, but I kind of woke you up.
yes, she did. I had fell asleep for about 45 seconds. It felt like somebody woke me up, and it was
Yeah.
just on the couch. So shame on me if you're going to fall asleep on the couch. It is what it is. So y'all bear with me tonight. I'm out of it. Maybe I'll catch a second wind and we can get things kicked off a little more excited. I need to jump into this. All right. So let's go ahead and say happy birthday to Miss Julie.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday. She said turned 67 years young at 9 a.m. this morning. I
All
have
right.
no idea what my official time is. All I know is the date.
I think mine is like 6:30.
Did everybody say they can see us and hear us? Because, I always get so far behind on comments.
Yep, all good, all good.
Good, good, great. All right. We are hoping there's not a lot of wind noise because I've got the mic under
Nobody
the
can
shirt
ever
this time.
really hear us. So.
Well, no, that's because we run different mics with wind muffs. So I'm worried about these, but it is underneath our shirt. Christine, before the live stream even got started, thank you so much. That's awesome.
Always so
Gifted out
generous.
10 memberships to people. So y'all, what we typically do for memberships, it's nothing we ever started. We got asked by so many people, so we did it. And it's just because people want to support us. We appreciate y'all so much. But what we typically do, some behind the scenes stuff. We'll do a members only live stream every month. Like I've told y'all 100 times, content is always free and will always be free. We're not trying to make some paid for service. We just had people ask us to do that. But I did want to talk about the membership. So as we start moving into the house build and more stuff with the property, what we do a lot of for members is sneak peeks, things that are coming up. Everybody's still going to get to see it, but we'll give you some really early access to sometimes videos and stuff like that. So as we start kicking off the house build, you'll start getting a bunch of sneak peeks. So thank you, Christine, for gifting out those memberships right there. And for those of y'all that got gifted a membership, here's the way it works. We can't pick who a gifted membership goes to. Christine can't. Nobody else can. It's random. It's like a lottery system. I guess there's some computer program that sees a certain amount of people on and just starts gifting them out. That's the way it works. And you'll get a free month membership right there. So you'll see some perks pop up. And oh my goodness. Okay. Lance, thank you so much. Y'all are gifting out a
Thank
pile
you,
of memberships
Lance.
tonight. We got to make sure we hook
So
some
kind
people
of
up right
you.
here. So he gifted out 5 memberships as
Awesome.
well.
Thank
Appreciate you.
you.
Thank you so much. All right. Miss Sharon says, I don't have a membership. Mine got messed up when I had to reinstall YouTube. Ooh, that's a bummer.
Gosh.
Now I can't get free ones anymore. You can, but it's an absolute lottery. There's a way that it does. It's just a matter of time for somebody will probably get you one and you may get one. And I can't see. I'm doing streaming software now to try to make a better experience. But one thing it does not show me is who got gifted a membership and a few other things. But it does allow me to do some more stuff. So the streaming software is working. And I hate to put this out there, I shouldn't even say it, but we bought the streaming software because we had so many crashes with YouTube streaming service, and I haven't had one crash with my paid for service. So that's why we went to it. And I lost a few features, but gained a lot more. Now we'll have a crash tonight because I said that.
No.
All right. So Miss Lee says, my son just reinstalled my computer so I could be here tonight. How about that?
Good.
Don't forget you can catch us on the cell phone too, but probably not the same experience on the tiny screen versus a big screen. And Kim says, finally made it on time. You sound like some of my family. You late to everything? That's one of my pet peeves. I'm glad you made it. All right, let's scroll on down here and I'll catch a few more random comments. By the way, if you're new tonight, please let us know.
Yeah,
We got
I
a
think I
great
saw a new name
we
earlier.
got great community of people. And just to let y'all know, we're hanging out on the porch. Tiffany's actually gonna do a little cooking tonight.
Yeah.
I'll let her explain what it is. It's been raining all day. It's misty. It's overcast. This is not a professional studio or nothing. We're literally on the porch. We're gonna fire up the Blackstone. But we have amazing people here. We call them like our YouTube family. They're such kind, genuine people. Say hello. Let us know. We can't catch every comment, y'all. It's just the way it works. But you're absolutely allowed to ask it over and over. Just try to give a little bit of time.
Especially because Andrew gets like 20 minutes behind.
I do. I tend to talk forever, especially on a comment that I find that I like. So it's just the way it works out. But just giving y'all a heads up on that. But please let us know. Ask a question and don't get upset if I don't answer it because I just can't see them all. I just kind of
Looks like Crystal's having trouble with sound, but Miss Lisa, she has sound. So let me see if it's working on my phone,
all
but
right.
maybe it's you, Crystal.
Well, Tripping says y'all sound good, but you're very loud. I might
Are
have
we?
well, I hate to mess around with our mics, but I can actually bump. Let me bump the volume down. All right. I still feel like I'm talking pretty loud, but let me know how that is. I've turned the dB down. I should turn you up more than me because you speak so soft, and I can turn it down even more than that, and we could go way louder than that, but we can adjust all that around for you. Typically, we use these mics inside, and I use my nice Rode mics out here, but I've got them charging right now. I've been doing a lot of recording this week. Okay, let's jump on down here. So Crystal says finishing up dinner, but I'm watching. Hey, for once, why don't we ask y'all what you're cooking for dinner? Y'all always ask us. And speaking of,
I need some ideas this week.
what are we cooking for dinner tonight?
We are doing Mississippi birria tacos on the Blackstone.
Birria.
Yep.
I don't know if Cash, my buddy's on tonight because he works 7 days a week, but he says I pronounce it correctly. It's birria tacos.
I can't roll my R's.
I roll my R's. I can do it. Julie. Oh, Tiffany would love this one. I'm eating ice cream for dinner.
Oh, dang. I want some ice cream.
She said normally low carb, but it's also Julie's birthday.
Yeah.
So eat
there
cake,
you go.
eat cake and ice cream all you want.
Cake. I love ice cream cake.
That would be the best combination right there.
My stomach doesn't let me eat ice cream anymore. Darn.
Yeah. So Tripping, you're exactly right. The pollen is horrible. It's actually been okay last few days. We've had some winds and we had a little rain today, but yeah, I'm telling you, last week everything I washed down as the water moved, it just turned pure green.
Yeah, I cleaned this porch earlier and it was pretty bad.
All right, that's why it looks so good out here right now.
Yeah,
so I spent a couple weeks. What was that? About a month ago, I spent a week and a half doing that. Oh, it's just sinuses game. That always scares me when people say that and you think they're sick. I went a couple of weeks of just raw throat, draining in the bed, but it was just green and pollen everywhere. We have so many pine trees around here, it just gets disgusting for a couple of months. Yeah, so it wasn't intentional, but I don't really care. So several people caught. Mr. Jimmy says nice mug in today's video. Jeremiah and a few other people did right there. So I'll let y'all figure that out. Tiffany actually made that right there. How about that? So Half Pint says you can nap tomorrow. More rain apparently. I wish I could, buddy, but I've got an extremely busy week. So as somebody made a comment today, I forget exactly who it was. It'll come to me in a minute. They said missed seeing y'all last week, missed some content. It was great seeing the video today. Y'all, I had so much running around, had business events. I went and actually got to meet some of y'all at a local dealer where I get my grasshopper stuff. They did an outdoor, whatever you want to call it, a spring event. Yeah. And there was vendors and all tools and mowers and everybody showed up. So I was like, heck, I'll go spend a few hours there one day, shake hands and meet people. And I got to meet several of y'all. That was awesome. And then another day I had to travel back to a big city to meet somebody that flew in from overseas to meet with us for business and sponsorship reasons. It's just the other side of the business people don't get to see. So I spent a lot of time last week, and I've got to spend more time this week doing more business things that I'm not recording. So content has to suffer, but I promise you I'm still working. It's just nothing that y'all want to see. It's the behind the scenes stuff to make this thing actually work. But we'll get back into a little more content. I've just happened to have, it's funny how it always works out. I'll go 6 months and not do nothing. And then like this week, I've got Zoom meetings. I've got traveling. Last week, I had multiple traveling. It's just weird the way it all hits out like that. Yeah. So it's just the other side of things that makes this work. And sadly, what that means is content suffers. It's not that I want it to. I love making content, but sometimes you just got to kind of keep the train rolling, so to speak. So that will pop up. But I wish I could nap. I do not nap during the week. Actually, I hate naps, y'all. I despise naps. I feel so unproductive. But sometimes you need them, and I really did need one today, and I didn't do it. All right, scrolling down. I am way, way behind. Y'all are just now telling me you see good, or you look good and you sound good. We are ready for a beefcake belly flop. So
Ah,
it's funny. I knew that was going to get brought up. I just checked the pool temperature.
what is it?
Well, it's in the low 70s, which I'm sure some of y'all was like, oh, that's great. No, 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 no. I like low 80s. So we still got a little ways to go before I'm jumping in that pool right there. But as warm as it's supposed to be all this week, oh, the pool's going to be flying up. And I got to get on top of getting all the pollen out of that thing. My sand filter back here, I keep dumping it. I've been dumping it once a week, and literally green water comes out of that filter. It's so overloaded with all this pollen that we
It'll
keep
be here
talking
before
about.
we know it.
Yeah. So tripping. I know it looks like I'm just picking all your stuff tonight, but you got good questions and they're catching my eye because this has been on my mind too. He says I was watching your flagpole installation video today, which y'all can't technically see. Nope, it's on that side of the tree. He says fixing to buy me a flagpole for our new house. My flagpole's still doing great, absolutely great. I have to replace a flag about once a year. I buy American-made flags, no ifs, ands, or buts. Typically I don't get on all that, but an American flag needs to be made in America. And just my personal opinion, I don't buy the Chinese ones. And you still got to replace one once a year. So keep in mind for that. But the reason that's triggering my mind is we've got to get a flagpole up at the property.
Oh,
But we
yeah.
probably should wait and do that after the house build. So maybe front yard by the river, or if you think it needs to be over by the barn, we can do one now.
Yeah, we'll wait because we got some other plans for some things that we're gonna do,
Yeah.
take down and stuff. So,
But it's been on my mind. I'm like, I've got to get one of the other property. But right now, maybe I might just do a pole one that you can just hang off of a light pole or tree or the barn. But we're going to be putting a flagpole over there
yeah,
as
good
well.
idea.
Absolutely. I've been thinking about it. All right. I'm reading. You did say what's for dinner, right?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah,
See, I'm not paying attention. I was reading.
that was a little while ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm out of it. So, are you still loving the Bobcat excavator? Absolutely, Tom Jr. Love it. One of those pieces of equipment I wish I'd bought a long time ago, but
Yeah.
can't really justify that one. Quite expensive. It came at the right time. I wanted one years ago, but couldn't afford it, couldn't justify it. But now with all the work that we have coming up, the construction, the content, it's legitimately. Yeah, I know. I need to bump the brightness up. It's a business write-off for me, a tax write-off. So it makes much more sense now for me to own one of those than in the years past. Could I have always used one? Oh, absolutely. But now that we got multiple properties to maintain and like I said, construction projects coming up, yeah, I
Oh,
love it.
yeah.
I absolutely love it. And it's the perfect size. Tom, I'll admit, it's way more capable than what I never run an excavator till I got it. I didn't really know what to expect, but it's more capable than what I was thinking. Are there times I wish I had more power? Absolutely. Always. Everybody wants a truck more powerful, all kinds of things more powerful. It's the way it is. But it has impressed me. It's done more than I could have ever asked for. It takes care of all my needs. I'm legitimately happy with it. And the most important thing is it's lightweight enough that I don't need a CDL. It fits on a decent size, affordable trailer. I can pull it even with a gas 3/4 ton truck. So I don't necessarily need to go bigger. The power would be great, but then it would put me in CDL territory and all this other stuff that I just don't want to get into. I love that excavator. Absolutely love it. It does so many cool things. I can't wait to get some new attachments for it coming up here in the
Oh,
future.
okay.
I don't have any, but maybe down the road we might get some more. There's so many cool attachments for excavators. All right. So Anna says, I enjoy the neighbor's flag. I get a new flag every once in a while. Same here. So as soon as I start seeing mine shredding and fibers coming out, and I pay pretty good money for American made flags, so I can't replace them often. But if I see any tears or problems, speaking of about time to get me a new flag, we go ahead and do that. See, I'm snotting right now. Y'all hear me stopping up? I'm just thinking about pollen,
Uh-oh.
and here we go. All right. So I just made a Crystal sound comment. I'm assuming she come back and said she had sound, right?
I must have missed it, but she's on here, so hopefully she
All right.
can.
Yeah. Hopefully we're not talking to you like this, Crystal, but going. like a silent kung fu movie. You're all over the place, you know. Yep, I'm draining. Here we go. Pollen. I'm stopping up. Uh-oh. What is Mr. Jimmy saying right here? My membership got canceled this week somehow, Andrew. Won't let me renew till the 25th of this
crazy.
month. Not sure why or how. That is crazy. That's the first time I've heard this. Now, I will. Do you have Apple or Android? Because I did get a notice a little while back from YouTube that they were redoing the payment system for Apple users. They were trying to make it, apparently, it's been pretty aggravating or almost non existent to be able to pay with Apple. So they updated that to make it more user friendly. And I'm almost wondering if you might have got caught up in that changeover. So I hate to hear that, but it sounds like you can come back with us. But we do appreciate you. All right. Oh yeah, we got to catch Dino. I don't know where you're at, Dino, but I'm sure it's Monday morning. I don't know. You travel the world so much, but it's super late wherever you're at, or super early. So give them a chicken update.
Yeah, so I still have 2 hens sitting on eggs, and today I went out there and gave them some treats, and I lifted them up, got the other eggs out from underneath them, and probably about 20 minutes later, I got the binoculars from inside and looked out there and seen that one of the mamas was not back up in the on the nest.
And that's
So
after 2 weeks of sitting. So
yeah,
that's strange. They do leave occasionally.
yeah, but she was out for a while. I guess she really liked those treats. So I went out there, and of course, the other chicken was laying on her eggs. So I don't know. We'll be lucky to get a few, I guess.
As long as they don't leave them unattended too long, let the
Yeah.
temperature swing too much. But we do have 2 broody hens.
I don't know
Although,
when I looked it up, it said they normally only leave the eggs about 1 or 2 minutes,
yeah,
5 minutes
and
at
like
the
twice
most.
a day, they'll literally
But
go.
she got really excited about her treats, I guess, and she forgot that she was a mama. And I was like, "Did you forget that you're a mama? You better get up there." And she did. She went right up there.
You need to cut them treats out.
I don't know.
Jeez.
We'll see.
All right. Well, hopefully it's good. They've been sitting for a couple of weeks. We're about to start recording that process. We've marked our eggs. We'll bring y'all along. We're literally only another week to 2 weeks, because I don't know the exact time, away from some potential hatching. Good. So we'll bring you along for that, and then we'll have some babies running around. Then we got to kick the rooster out. Then we got to make the nursery up down there for the mamas. Hopefully it's teriyaki, since he beats her up. She'd be the good mama to lock up down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
And then the rooster can come back and have free reign of the hen
I can
house,
just leave her with all the biddies down there.
as long as she takes to them.
Yeah.
And doesn't. She's such a good mama.
Yeah,
So,
she is a good
all
mama.
right, we'll bring y'all along for that right there. So, Brad, this has been a common question. Do you have plans to widen the driveway and do something about the standing water on the new property? Brad, I'm limited on what I can do. So I've been trying to respond to people for this, but I am not doing anything to that property until we've already did so much environmental stuff that we have to be very cautious. So I'm not touching nothing. I know I can't raise the property level, just to let you know that. Road repairs and things like that, I'm sure I absolutely can. But until we start having these meetings with the environmentalist that's going to give us building permits, we've already had a bunch of people over giving us the reports and everything that we need to carry to the departments. But I'm not touching nothing, so I don't get a slap on the wrist until I get official people over there. Then those questions will come out. After we get the house stuff figured out, we want to build stairs down to the river. We want to do a dock on the river if we're allowed to. But once those people that literally cut the permits or tell you the yes or no, basically, that you can, I'll ask them once they're over there. And if they give me the thumbs up or the okay, we'll go for it. Even if they give me the thumbs up and okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably not going to do road repairs or anything like that until after the house is done. And here's why. We're going to get so many heavy trucks and equipment in there. I don't want to spend the money and go through the trouble and time to get a perfectly built road or whatever I want, only for it to be destroyed by heavy equipment trucks or semis or well, we probably really can't get semis in there, but we can get gooseneck trailers, 1-ton trucks, all that stuff. I just think it would be a waste of my time and our money to get things perfect, only to have to rebuild it next spring. So that's just the steps we're going through right now. It's absolutely going to happen as long as we're okay, but I think it needs to happen after the house. Here's the thing about the floods. Okay, we've only had the property for a few months, and we're under contract for a few months, and we've already seen 2 floods, but that is not normal. We've just caught it at a really weird time. Yeah. We could go years and never see another flood. So I'm not in a rush to modify or change anything until I again get permission. But for the simple fact of we could get another flood and with the next tropical storm, or we might not. Florida went 10 years. Our area went 10 years without getting hit by a hurricane or tropical storm. So we could go years again without the flooding. So I just don't think it's something that we need to necessarily rush right now. I don't want to put that out there too much. Next thing you know, our job site's flooded and I got a canoe in there to work. But
Yeah.
it's not as common as we're making it out to be. We're just in a really weird time right now where we keep getting thunderstorms that are dumping anywhere from 5 inches to a foot of rain, and that is not normal. That's like tropical activity, like tropical storms and stuff. So I think we're going to be good to go. But
Yeah, but we do have a lot of questions for them that
we
we're
do.
gonna try to get answered whenever we meet with them.
Well, we
So
got to get them over there
yeah.
first. It's a slow process. So to give you all a little update on the house, we are pretty much officially done with house plans. I had to make a few minor changes. I'm expecting the official house plans this week after going back through them with the architect. We still got to get engineering to stamp it. And then now we have all these reports, all this paperwork, all this mess that we've been doing behind the scenes that y'all haven't seen for months. Now we've got all this that we can carry to the state agencies, the environmental agencies. We got to sit down with them, present all of this, and they can say, yes, you can build, no, you can't, or we need more of this, or here's some restrictions, or yada, yada, yada. We don't know what we're walking into. So once we get these updated house plans back, which absolutely should be this week, I made about 8 changes, but they were pretty minor changes. We'll probably give an update on that for everybody that's curious about it, but I cannot wait to meet with these agencies, get this stuff behind us, get our official building permit, and start breaking ground. Once we start doing that, y'all, the normal everyday blah 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 videos, we'll still plug them in occasionally, but we're about to dive off into real deal, fun, creative. We're really excited about
Yeah,
this.
we're ready.
We're going to transform this, and we're bringing y'all along from day one. We've literally brought y'all along from the day that we bought it. That's something I always wanted to do with this property, but I wasn't even doing YouTube when we bought this property, or at least not this channel. So we want to bring y'all along. Yeah, like I said, good times, bad times, everything for this whole process. And I'm pretty excited. I'm very hopeful we're going to make an extremely affordable house build, but not cut corners, and give some people some hope or inspiration that the American dream of owning a home and all is still a lot more affordable than you think. Even if you can't do it all like we're going to attempt, or most of it, I still want to show people the process, how to be a general contractor, how to find deals. Just, I think we're going to build an extremely affordable house. That's the plan. We certainly need it to be, but I'm looking forward to it. It's time we freshen up the content, and we've made a huge investment with this, but we've just been held up for months due to wonderful environmental regulations.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It is what it is. We'll get there. Michael says he's making old-fashioned tuna casserole. I used to, man, I grew up as a kid on tuna helper and all that. That's not old-fashioned.
I think that's why we don't really eat it.
Yeah, no kidding. That's not old-fashioned tuna casserole, but we used to eat the box stuff quite a bit. The Spam and everything else,
We do make
tougher
tuna
times.
melts every now and then. Those are really good. Yeah.
Not to keep answering tripping questions or talking, but chicken parmesan for dinner tonight says my favorite meal, my absolute favorite.
Yum.
Oh,
Red beans and rice.
yeah, red beans and venison, he said.
All right.
Kim says, I am planning to go look around North Georgia, South Tennessee, beautiful areas for a new place. I am over Houston and apartment life. I totally get it. I understand.
Yeah,
and Houston
Georgia is beautiful too.
It is. Yeah. And Houston has absolutely had a bullseye on it the last few years with hurricanes and everything else. We have, and so is that area. All right, so let's see what we got here. Thank you, Brooks. Says, is there a Kelley discount for spelling Kelley correctly?
Right.
Not that I'm biased. If I could figure out how to give you one, I would, because I've got so many other Kelleys that spell it wrong without the EY, and they get on to me all the time. Yeah, I even have one family member that spells theirs wrong. All right. So Kevin says, first live stream in a couple months. Loving the time change. Good.
Well, welcome back.
I know it doesn't help some people, but others absolutely love the time change. All right, Steve, you said you're having leftover pizza.
My favorite.
Steve, do you have any idea that an air fryer, if you don't have one, an air fryer makes the best leftover pizza on the planet?
It does.
Warm it up in that, the crust gets crispy again. I know. Pizza does sound kind of good, but I hope you got an air fryer. If not, and you eat a lot of leftover pizza, get an air fryer. Okay, I got to scroll on down. I am 100 comments behind. It's just the way it is. It's what I do. I'm not going to apologize anymore. Okay, maybe a little more. So Kurt says, good evening from Southeast Louisiana. Hope all is
Hello.
well. We're eating salmon patties tonight and muffalata noodles. I don't know what the heck a muffalata noodle is, but I guess it's a lot of noodles. He said, that's what I call it. So Kurt, I hope you enjoy your salmon patties, but I hate to break your heart. I hate salmon patties. My dad loves them. My granny loves them,
They're
and
pretty good.
she loves salmon. I'm not a salmon guy at all. I'd rather have catfish out of a river
I
around
think
here.
I'd rather have crab patties though.
I don't want no
Yeah.
patty. I don't like patties. It's a texture thing, I think, for me. Oh, but I hope you enjoy yours. She would eat them right up
I
with
would.
you, no
Yeah.
problem. Okay. Goodness, everybody's talking about food. Now y'all making me
I
hungry.
know. I'm getting hungry
So
too.
very good. It's finally time to give an official update on the tree behind us. Y'all can't see because the camera is washed out and all. It is blooming, and it's blooming
Yes,
really
it
good.
is.
It just started over the last 2 to 3 days. So I'm going to fertilize it heavy. We're actually about to do something I've never done here. We're going to aerate the yard. The yard is super hard packed. Water is not draining well. It's flowing past the pool, flying downhill right here.
Mhm.
So we're going to aerate the yard. We're going to fertilize the yard. That's going to be fun because I'm going to use equipment I've never used before. I'm going to fertilize the tree while we're at it. And if grass has started at the property, I'm going to go there and fertilize that too. But the tree's actually looking good. We're about to hit it with a little fertilizer, see if we can beef it on up a little. I have no idea if
When
it's
do
going
you
to
think
make
you're
it.
going to be doing that? Next
Probably,
couple of weeks?
yeah, probably the next couple of weeks for
Gotcha.
sure. I want to go ahead and get it going because we need to kick this yard in gear, and I want to get the yard draining well before all these heavy summertime rains or potential hurricanes and
yeah.
stuff come in. But our yard is so hard packed; it's never been aerated. I've never aerated before in my life, but it just doesn't absorb water anymore going back here. It just flows by when we get these heavy rains and washes everything down toward the kind of the septic tank area. I need to get the yard aerated, so that's going to be fun. And I'm planning on us having an immaculate, beautiful dark green yard this year. I'm going to fertilize it. We're going to take care of it. There's nothing I love more than
Oh,
taking
that
care of
means
our
I'm probably
property.
going to be mowing like twice a
You
week.
are going to be mowing a lot, but it just so happens you've got the best mower on the planet, which you
Yes.
stole from me.
Yes,
I
I
don't get to
do.
mow anymore.
Yes, I definitely enjoy mowing. Yes.
Yeah, everybody's talking about naps, naps, naps. Get a few more years, you'll take a nap. Ain't that the truth? So how often do you change the pool filter sand? So this is only my second year with it. I have not changed it, but I've heard every couple years, but we're starting to get so much pollen and
It
working it
won't
so
be
hard.
long, probably.
I may go ahead and change it this year. It may be a once a year thing that I'll dump it out and change it, but this is all new to me. So Casey, you say please do a video of the flagpole install. I already have one on the channel. So go catch that. It may be next year before I do the flagpole property because I think we're going to do it after we build the house and we actually get an official front yard somewhere. I think I want the flagpole by the river. So when people are coming by on boats or canoes, they need to see that American flag. So we'll get that eventually. So are we Brad says we're gonna be building stairs down the river eventually? Yes. Yeah, I just talked about that, but I'm so far behind. We're gonna pull permits on that. Actually, I don't think we actually need permits for it from what I'm reading, but it just so happens the same department I have to go to for a dock permit, gotta have that, assuming we even get permission to do a floating dock, but I want a small one. Or the house permit, it happens to be the same department
Yep,
that
so maybe
says
we'll ask them.
stairs and all. I've
Yep.
already got pictures, already got everything. I want to ask them. If they give me the thumbs up, we're going to build stairs down before we ever build the house. I want those ASAP so we can park the boat down, we can fish, we can hang out.
Yep. We're
Even
going
my
to run down to the river.
mm-hmm.
Turn up the brightness a
Oh
little
yeah.
bit.
All right. I was wondering what you were thumbs up and they're talking about or pointing at. All right, let's bump this brightness up here. So how is the new used truck doing? Says Andrew Sankey. Well, you just mean the new truck. The new used truck. You forgot the D right there. I was like, what's the used truck? Yeah, my old Tacoma. Fantastic. So
Yep, we're enjoying it.
yeah, absolutely. Wonderful fuel mileage, no repairs needed. Like I said, my old red truck just had a long list of repairs. It just wasn't worth putting the money in it anymore. Now I've got a little 4-cylinder to go run all my errands, pick up my lumber, all the stuff for the house. It's going to start literally saving me money with all the fuel savings. So absolutely thrilled and happy with it. And I'm kind of glad I got it because it sounds like vehicle prices might be about to be jumping up. And if new vehicle prices jump up, used vehicle prices jump up.
Absolutely.
So I'm officially done. Y'all, I'm the type of guy I'll get, especially if it's a lower mileage used truck, but even a higher mileage one. I'll get one, and like my white truck, I run that joker 15 years. 15 years.
Mhm.
Didn't have no truck payment. Bought it used, high mileage, but I love taking care of my stuff. I'll do my own maintenance. So I'm all about no vehicle payments. That's why I buy older and used. And typically, knock on, hang on, yeah, here's some
Yeah.
wood. Knock on wood, it's treated us very well up to this point. Like I said, I haven't had a truck payment since 2007. I can't do it no more. These trucks
We had
now,
a Tacoma, gosh, I don't know how many years ago, probably
yeah,
10, well,
it was
maybe
longer than that.
12 years
12
ago.
plus years ago.
And we just loved it, and we got rid of it, and I don't know why we did.
I
But,
sold it for 50% more than I bought it for.
yeah,
And
that was probably the
we
tempting part.
well, we were pretty hard times back then too, to be honest. Bought a Tacoma, drove it, loved it,
We missed
absolutely
it
loved it.
from that point on.
We've talked about it for the last 10 plus years, like how much we regret selling it. But we needed the money at the time, and we made good money on it. It is what it is. But we've always said we wanted to get another one, and I need a smaller truck. I don't need a V8 for running to Tallahassee and to all these faraway towns picking up parts. I'm going to be putting so many miles on this truck for the house build. I know how it is. You forgot something. You got to go back and get another bolt or a breaker or whatever. I don't need a V8 running around all that, sucking up all the fuel and everything. So it was the right time. We regretted selling our last Tacoma. It was so good to us. So here we are. And my goodness, they're proud of those things. I could have bought another V8 truck for cheaper. They hold their value.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, I mean, not lie to y'all, but my plan is to keep this truck easily 10 to 15 years.
Drive it till the wheels fall off.
Like, no, we'll sell it before the wheels fall off. Then you ain't getting the money out of it. But just like I did my last white truck, I had that truck 15 years, and I really plan on keeping this little Tacoma for 15 years, as long as it doesn't turn out to be a lemon.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. All right. So Johnny says, we're north of you guys on I-10 this afternoon. We thought about y'all. I-10 was crazy, we guess, because of spring break week.
Oh, I bet it is.
Loved love this week's video. So thank you so much, Johnny. We appreciate you. And I am done with the spring break days. I used to go to Panama City and Daytona and do all that stuff. Boy, I have sure enough outgrown all that mess right there. I don't like crowds no more. So how's the dump trailer holding up? Fantastic. I mean, zero issues. Love my dump trailer. It pays me back every time I use it. That was something that everybody, when we first started this channel, everybody kept telling me I need to get a Duramax diesel. I've never got one. Probably not going to get one. And I need to get a dump trailer. Oh, and a grapple. And a grapple.
Oh, that was a big thing,
it took 4 years, and we finally got the grapple, and almost 5 years. Well, I guess about 4 years too. And we got the dump trailer. Y'all are right. It took us a while to make all that happen. And we had some people bless us with the grapple, by the way. Casey.
They were saying Mini X too.
They were, but that's a huge purchase.
Yeah.
Huge purchase. But love my dump trailer.
I don't suggest any more things to buy.
What else y'all think I need to get right now?
No.
No, we need to cool it.
He doesn't need any help with that department.
No, we need to cool it. We're trying to build a little house over there, so we absolutely got to cool it. But the dump trailer has been amazing. I'm telling y'all, when it cost $800 for the same amount of compost I go buy for $100 minus my gas and time. I mean, there's certain times that I run this dump trailer and I make hundreds of dollars. It's saving me hundreds of dollars per one trip. You add that up, it does not take long for that thing to literally pay for itself. You've got to justify it, but I run and go get so much stuff. I picked up so much firewood with it that I'm splitting that I turn into money. All the garden stuff, the money we save on compost. Oh goodness, I went and got telephone poles that we're going to use for fence pasture. Yeah, the rock that I haul, just I've used it for more things than I can think of right now, and just the savings every time. I can justify that thing. I can absolutely justify it. Crystal says I'm a snotty man. I apologize. I am starting to stop up. I'm starting to stop up. Dadgum pollen. I hate pollen. All right, Miss Jimmy said he does have an Apple. I bet that's what happened. They did redo the payment stuff for Apple, and they kicked you out. I apologize. You lost whatever color you had for being a member for so long. Okay. I hear it.
A plane.
All right. So what is my opinion on a Labrador Retriever for a family dog since you've had Ruger for a while? Get ready for a lazy dog. He ain't even out here. So we actually took Ruger on the river yesterday for the first time this year
He had a blast.
on a boat, and he's He's so lazy. If he does an all-day boat trip, he will sleep the entire next day. So we had him out here for the live stream, and he just kept looking at us
He
all
was
mopey.
so
I
mopey.
kept trying to get
So
him to play
mopey.
fetch, and he's just like, mm-mm. He has slept all day
How did he
long.
do on his run earlier?
No, he didn't.
No?
He didn't make it. He
Really?
got so tired. He's just as tired as I am. We've had a long weekend. Okay, so as far as a family dog, 100% recommend them. That is probably the friendliest dog on the planet.
Yes, I agree.
Now, keep in mind, depending on the breed you get, there's an American and an English. Some are 60, 70, 80 pounds, like Ruger. Some can be 125 pounds, big old blocky heads. So if size matters to you, they do shed. There is hair. It is what it is.
Actually, he's not shedding
He really isn't here lately.
hardly at all now that we got his diet right. He was having skin issues and stuff like that. That's kind of typical for labs, but now he's not shedding hardly at all.
Yeah, you got a point.
Yeah.
You got a point.
Yeah.
As far as a family dog goes, I personally can't think of a better family dog. Just the sweetest dog on the planet. He'll bark
He's
and
so smart,
growl.
too.
Yeah, he'll bark and growl when something. That's the ice maker pump.
Oh, I was like, something happened to Bullet?
No, ice maker pump kicked on. So he'll bark and growl when people come in the yard, and then he'll lick them as soon as they get out of the vehicle. But at least he'll let you know somebody's there. He's not aggressive, not aggressive toward kids, not aggressive toward other dogs at all. He'll let another dog bite him, and he'll just sit there like, ah. Perfect family dog. They're so popular for a reason. Highly recommend a lab. That's honestly probably all I will ever own from here on out. Barbara said, Tiffany, did you forget that you're a mom? Yeah, fur baby mom.
No, she's
or something
she's
else.
just quoting what I said about the chickens.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, an animal mom, just in general. All right, let's scroll on down here. So Sharon says Daniel's the one that brought me here. Speaking of, I hadn't talked with Daniel forever, and I reached out to him today, and we talked quite a while today. So yeah, I talked to quite a few people today. So yeah, I know a lot of people. Miss Lee said come here thanks to Daniel over at Arms Family Homestead. Great guy, great family. But yeah, we chit chatted a little bit today. So
That's cool.
yeah, we finally did a little catching up. I'm the one that's really bad about not reaching out to people. I work so much. I don't really watch other channels. I don't really reach out. I'm focused on work, and I need to cut that out. I really do. Okay. Joshua Harris says, what's up, strangers? Joshua, are we strangers or are you stranger?
Hello, hello.
When's the last time you've been on? Sounds like you might be the stranger. Don't let it happen again. Get back here more often. Only if you like it. But good to see you, Joshua. Or good to see your comment. Can't technically see
Yeah, I
it.
guess you can't see him.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So that's what I reached out to Daniel about today. So their journey on reaching, they hit 1 million
Yes, they did.
followers on
I saw
YouTube.
that on
What the
Facebook, yeah.
heck? No, yeah, but on
They
YouTube.
posted it, yeah.
What the heck? I mean, that is crazy.
It is.
What a milestone. That is insane. So I'm so happy
Great.
for him. Absolutely so happy for him. All right. Let's see what else we got going on out here. Cherry pick a few more of these comments.
Yep, I probably better get the
Yeah.
Blackstone.
Oh, heck yeah. We already been chatting for 40 minutes. So go ahead and do some cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what we got going on right here. Eric says, well, Andrew sings how you skip right over my message. So he says, hi, Andrew. Oh, I didn't see it, but I am skipping over messages. So hello, Zoe.
Hello, Zoe.
And so we just got out of several tornado warnings. Ooh, I hate to hear that. I know a lot of y'all are about to go through some stuff because it's rolling through here tomorrow. We got tornado pre-warnings on our phone today, but I'm just not seeing much on our forecast. I don't think we're going to be that bad here, but I know a lot of y'all are dealing with it.
Yeah,
tonight,
it says we're just at a slight risk, so I think we'll be good.
We're pretty slight risk. So I think
just
we'll be
need
okay.
The rain.
We do need the rain. It's done got dry again. I was going to do the burning hurricane stuff video and dig a pit. I'm still going to try that this week, but I really need some rain tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to get a burn permit. But hello, Zoe, and we hope y'all don't have any more tornado warnings tonight. Let me scroll on down here. I haven't seen all that. Y'all talking about some Daniel videos. I sure haven't watched them. So Carl, good idea. He said, I made Tiffany's famous pasta salad for the second time, left out the red pepper flakes, and the whole family devoured it. Thanks again for the recipe.
Sounds so good.
That Italian pasta salad that she makes. Oh my goodness. And I hope you did the sub sauce. That's the key for me. That
Yes.
sub sauce is
That makes it for
amazing.
sure.
We haven't had that in a while. That sounds pretty good. Not that we need pasta,
We don't,
but I
but
could sure eat that.
it's
We normally make
it'll
it with
be
a Cuban.
summertime here and cookouts, and I'm sure I'll make it eventually.
Please do. I forgot about that. Thank you, Carl, for bringing that up. I love it. I love that salad. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Oh, Jimmy says, I was talking about the grasshopper. He said, best mower on the planet, question mark. He says, I love my 15-mile-an-hour Gravely Pro. I've never cut grass so quickly. Buddy, I take pride in how smooth our property is, but if you can come mow my property at 15 mile an hour without bouncing off, that's pretty good. Most people's yards are way too rough for that fast. Even my grasshopper, which is the smoothest mower I've ever been on my life, I can't run it wide open because we've still got ruts in the yard that y'all can't see from concrete trucks and all that other mess. I would have to be like on asphalt in order to run that fast. So Johnny says, your river plans are all in God's timing. It'll all work out for you. You'll be amazed with his blessings. 100% agree. Things will happen as they're supposed to. No doubt we're supposed to attempt things and push things forward, not be lazy about it. But when problems or delays or things come up, that's just perfectly normal. That's life. And you're right. There is time and everything. So half pints. If I didn't pull so much equipment, I'd have me a taco too. Well, just get you a taco for your little round town cruiser and keep your 3/4 ton truck for all your other stuff. Becca says, I have my first Toyota vehicle. Awesome. Those things last forever.
Yes, they
Forever.
are good.
You can see how far behind I am, y'all. I need to jump up. So before I start skipping some comments here, because I got to get a little closer to where everybody's at. So Jess says, have you seen the new Morgan's firewood processor machine? That thing's a beast. I got asked about that last weekend. I did watch a little bit of it, the diesel processor from, oh goodness, Easton made. I was trying to say Eva or whatever made, which is his daughter's name. Yeah, absolute beast. But you've got to be turning out some serious firewood to justify that thing. No way I could ever justify one of those. That's for the true professional right there. All right, let's jump on. Thank you so much, Crystal. I don't ever bring this up since you did. She said, hey, all who loves Amazon, next time you order, please use the Kelley's Country Life link when ordering.
Thanks, Crystal.
So she's exactly right. It does give us a small commission. Y'all, it's a huge part of our income. I ain't gonna lie, been down for quite a while, but it still practically covers our fuel bill every month, which we appreciate so much. So if you're getting on Amazon at any time to buy whatever it is, doesn't have to be something we show. If you'll use the link that's down in the video description of the live stream of any video, just click on it. Whatever you order, it actually does give us a commission, and that adds up when a bunch of people use it. So we don't never talk about it. We never promote it unless somebody like Crystal brings it up. So thank you so much for bringing that up. So Hammer jumped on. You were still out at sea. Says, what's for dinner? So what are you calling these again? Birria tacos.
Mississippi.
Mississippi pot roast. Birria. I didn't roll my R's. Birria style tacos. And they're so good. Oh my goodness. So she makes a Mississippi pot roast and then shreds it, puts it in a taco. Now I'll admit that was my idea last year. And when she tried it, oh,
so good.
It turned out so good. Oh my goodness. So Hammer says, we had an awesome year. I'm home. Awesome. Well, good deal.
Oh, he's home?
Yep, good.
Deal.
And I'm glad you had an awesome year. Yeah, relax for once. So did Andrew get a manicure? Asked Joshua Harris. Yeah. Well, no, that was a pedi.
Yeah, it was a pedi. Yeah.
Yeah, I manicured myself. Isn't that what hands is?
Yeah.
See, so shows how much I know. I ain't got a clue. Yeah, I cut my stuff just a few days ago, but I ain't gonna nobody for that. I've only ever did one pedi because I told y'all I would. That was out in Vegas, and that's funny. We were just talking about that yesterday. My feet have never been so more sensitive and raw in my life than when that woman took that cheese grater to my feet and cut off. It was what 39, 40 years worth of my calluses and bunions that I built up to protect my feet. She cheese grated those things off, and I couldn't hardly walk. I couldn't hardly walk. Socks hurt me so bad. So Lisa, I get a lot of comments like this, especially from ladies. I'm shocked how much y'all love wood splitting. She says, love watching you split wood. It's so relaxing. I agree. Tiffany makes fun of me all the time. I'll literally go split firewood, come in the house, and if I got a free moment, I might be watching somebody split firewood. She's like, are you seriously watching somebody split firewood that you just did? I'm like,
You
I don't
can turn
know.
the camera.
I love it. All right, let me turn the camera around. She's cooking. Oh, that smells so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that smells good. She just opened up the crock pot, y'all. See if I can move the camera without unplugging all my cables.
Yes, Miss Lee, you got to make this in the Instapot. It's so good. I need to do a video on it too.
All right, y'all. We're going to get you where you can kind of see what's going on, but we're not zoomed in. This is not a cooking channel or nothing like that. But she'll give you a little snapshot of what she's doing right here. So let's see what else. Oh, yeah. Wade says, don't forget, you got to get your full body wax for your million. Does it have to be full body, or could it just be an area that hurts that makes y'all laugh? Like, I don't really want to.
Yeah, don't give them all that.
Well, I've obviously got a
Don't
long
do it.
time. Daniel's been way ahead of me forever, and he just hit 1 million. I've got a long time. I might be 90 years old
Might
getting a
not
full
have
body
any
wax.
hair by then.
Yeah, exactly. We might be good to go.
Get these stems off of these pepperoncinis here. So I
Yeah.
can shred my meat. I don't like whenever I bite into the stems.
I need to bump that camera brightness up too. So, Jason, this has been a pretty popular question here lately, and something that's on our mind. He says, been a while since I've been on the live stream. What's the timeline for getting livestock like cows and the big pasture and all behind you, raising your own hogs, things such as that? Hogs, we're going to be a bit cautious on because of the smell, the flies, and stuff. The pasture, our plan was to do that this year, but then somehow we fell into the river property and fell into that whole series we're going to bring you. And we're wanting to do a house over there. And guess what? There goes our money and then some. We've got to figure out how to make that pay for itself. And to probably put pasture fence in right now and go buy a few head of cows and get everything going, you're probably talking $20,000+. The reality of it is, and that's with me doing a lot of it myself. Fencing is still quite high. Luckily, lumber's dropped. So we're at a point to where the focus has to be on the big series, the house build over at the river property.
Well, then talk about the content with that too.
Yeah,
Like
that's where I'm heading.
It would be, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying by the series. So I can go out and do a couple fencing videos, and it'll take me a few weeks to fence all this in, a couple fencing videos that may not earn much of nothing. Then some cows, and then there's kind of no income there for a big investment. But we still want to do that for tax reasons. We want to sell a few cows every year, and we want to butcher our own. We absolutely want to do that. But then you invest more money, obviously, but invest money and try to grow the business on the river property side. And I may get y'all 100+ videos on a house build and all the custom stuff over there. It just makes more financial sense for us to go after the house thing this year, developing that property. And we may have to push the cows and stuff off to next winter or next spring, but it is on our mind. We're buying cows from people, butchering, and we want it to be our own. We really do. We want to be more self-sufficient. Animals is still a huge part of the channel. That's absolutely coming, but we just kind of unexpectedly dove off into the other property, another house build, and it kind of pushed our cows back one more year, so to speak.
Need an apron on. This stuff is.
Well, if only you had aprons. Miss Lee's probably mad at you right now. You still got mine?
Let's see. Yep. What's Andrew smoking out here? All the other ones are inside.
Well, Miss Lee, we're wearing one of yours, but it happens to be mine. So see, I hope you get that CNC machine you talked about. Oh my goodness, I want a CNC plasma so bad I can't stand it, but they are quite expensive. I could legit use one.
See me.
I do so much welding, so much projects. I could actually use one of those. The typical homeowner doesn't need one. I totally get it, but I make a lot of DIY content for a living, build things for people. I want one. All right, so how's the armadillo war? Good. We're about to get back after them. I'm starting to see more digging, but it's nowhere near like it used to be. We put a pretty good dent in that. So Barbara asked, was Tiffany's pasta salad recipe posted somewhere? We did post that.
Yes, it's on the main channel. Yep, it is.
And I think it was the Cuban sandwich episode. So I normally smoke a pork loin. We make pressed Cuban sandwiches. Oh my goodness, they're so good. Homemade pickles, everything. And then we always make that pasta salad with it. So type in the Kelley's Country Life, Cuban sandwiches or pork loin, something like that, and it should pop up. Okay, Carl said, I did use the sub dressing. That's the key, Carl. I love it. Let me bump this camera up because it's already done got dark on us again. But before you know it, it'll be dark at 9:45 at night. Oh, wow. I can't bump the camera up anymore.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it'll be all right once the lights start showing. Y'all get what you get. Deal with it. Miss Lee says, I'll be ordering a robot vacuum this week for my new floors and using your Amazon link. Thank you so much, Miss Lee.
Awesome.
We absolutely love our robot vacuum. How many years have we had it now? We're still on the original one. Well, second one we ever had.
Well, did she say pool or the one in the house?
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, new floors for the house.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, it does good.
I mean, we haven't had, it hasn't broke, it hasn't did nothing. I didn't think it would last this
A couple
long.
times I've had to reset it
Yeah.
and remap the house. Woo, pretty smoky. Might need to turn that fan.
Well, I'll kick the fan toward the Blackstone.
Yep. But other than that, it's been a really good vacuum. I used it today and it mops, so does great.
She uses it a lot. There's no doubt about that. I thought robot vacuums were a joke back in the day, honestly. But I totally see. Will they take over you mopping by hand or anything else? No. But when you've got dogs and hair and dust and other things, running them multiple times a week.
I have like, let's see, 1, 2,
Uh-huh.
3. I have 3 vacuums. So I use all 3 of them.
She's a clean
I'm
freak.
obsessed with my floors being
She is.
clean.
So, but if you run the robot vacuum, so I'm talking to the fan, not the camera right here. I just went and moved it. So if you run the robot vacuum, it just extends the time before you have to do the major cleaning, the sweeping, the mopping, things like that. And you'd be shocked what comes out of those things, especially if you have the pets, the dust, and all that other stuff. So do Baked Noodle says, do you still have a Vivor link that gives you commission? Here's the bad thing about Vivor, Baked Noodle. I don't have a general link like I do Amazon. So I can't just give you a general link. And I've asked them, I wish they would do that. So if there's something that you want to order from there, just email me. My email's down in the description. And here's the cool thing about it. I can get you 5% off of whatever you're going to buy anyways. And I can tell you how to sign up and get quite a bit more off. But I'll have to generate a link to send to you for whatever specific item you're doing. I really wish they just had a website link and whatever you added to the cart would work, but not that I've seen, sadly. So, but reach out to me. I mean, y'all, I answer so many emails and questions every week. People reaching out to me about equipment or solar or things like that. I'm more than happy to reach out to you. Just it may take a day or two before I can get back to you because I do get so many emails and messages and everything else. Mikey, I'm just now making it down to you. I don't know how far behind I am, but thank you.
You
He
said
says,
Mikey?
Yeah, he says, you haven't used the Just for Men hair dye with a question mark? Nope, still rocking that gray, buddy. He said, spent the day splitting firewood for the next 6 cords. That's a lot to split in a day. He said, I hate stacking. That's a pile to stack. We definitely don't split 6 cords in a day. We could, but we'd have to take the whole day off to do it. We'll normally try to do upwards of maybe a cord, half cord, sometimes just a third of a cord, but it adds up as you got there and plug away at it. But you split way, way more firewood than I do. If anybody needs a processor, it's Mikey or Chris. Oh, Chris is on. I see him right there. He said he might not make it tonight. They both split, I don't know, like 100+ cords of firewood a year, insane amounts of firewood. All right, Mikey, I see you right here. He says, watch for tomato plants. He hooks me up with plants every year. And I still have pots available for some tomato plants. So we'll be looking out. Lauren said, made it to the stream. Welcome, Lauren. And can't answer that one. That's not to me. Okay, Albert. One of the most common questions I get, and I ain't gonna lie, it's starting to be on my mind, even though it really shouldn't be. I have been asked 1,000 times over the years about a sawmill. And the reason I haven't pursued a sawmill, even though we've got trees and lumber and property and it fits the channel, it's just because of time. I keep myself so busy with projects and other things. I'm not a dedicated firewood type of channel or just property maintenance. I love building stuff like the house build series that's going. But there's several upcoming projects that I really, really would like to custom make out of wood. And I'm talking from furniture to lighting fixtures to everything. And I really wish I had a sawmill. I do. I don't really have time to run it around the clock and justify it for the financial side of things, making the content, but I could make some content. And there are things that I would love to go ahead and be cutting now because it takes so many months for it to dry to turn into usable lumber. It's been on my mind. It really has. Oh, I don't know what to do. But I've had so many of y'all ask. obviously there's interest in it. Y'all want to see that type of content. I'm a content creator, but I don't want to get into just firewood and just sawmill stuff when I have so many other projects going on. I don't know what to do. It's on my mind, but the more y'all bring it up, the more it's got me thinking about it. And there's so many projects I want to mill my own lumber for. So obviously I can't do it for the house because I would have had to start that about a year ago and dry all the lumber for the house that we're going to build. But the good news is lumber is very affordable right now. So we're going to just get kiln dried stuff from the stores and have at it. Okay. Hammer said it took 3 boats less than 2 weeks to fill his quota. Awesome season. Happy for you. So happy to hear that. So see here, you need CNC equipment. You should spend that dough. That's the problem. I've spent too much dough. I want too many things and not enough money coming in. And we've really got to focus on that river property. The house is a huge financial hit. The equipment that we bought, which does pay us back, it is tax write-offs, but it just doesn't give us our money back instantly. It's just not the way this works. Neither will the house unless the series gets really, 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 really popular. And we're praying that it does. Would love that CNC plasma, but I can't put it in the budget right now. I can't put it in the budget anytime soon. And I want a lathe too. I love metalworking so much. I could build some really, really cool stuff on the channel if I had those, but all things come in due time. I mean, it took me forever to get a welder, it took me forever to get a metal shop and a lot of the tools in it. So we'll just keep adding the stuff along as we can and making cooler builds and stuff y'all want to see.
Here they are. Nice and crispy. Mississippi pot roast.
I can't
Bereas.
wait to eat those. Sorry, y'all. I know the lighting's so bad. You see, I got the lights on, but it's dark. So,
Bereas.
yeah, Bereas. Get it right. So Peter the B says Spicer could probably hook you up with the used CNC machine. I talk to Kyle all the time. He's a buddy of mine, and he has talked to me about getting into CNC plasma because I know he's got a sweet machine that he runs. He's been a bug in my ear too about it. So trust me, already been there, done that. So Mikey, I hope you're. I know you say you're getting some severe weather in Tennessee. I think Andrew Sankey was getting ready for some.
Oh, speaking of severe weather, we watched
oh goodness,
a Twister movie today. It's called The Twister.
Yeah.
Oh,
the Joplin, Missouri one that everybody knows about from years past.
Scary.
Yeah, we watched
really
that today.
Good show if you want to watch it.
It's a documentary. Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good, but it kind of gave me a little PTSD.
Yeah, and here we are, right in the middle of hurricane, or not hurricane season, tornado season. We shouldn't watch that type of stuff. So we pray that y'all all go through the weather tonight just fine. All right, we'll catch a few more comments. We've been yakking an hour. Sorry, I did get behind tonight. Kim says, I do all my Amazon shopping through your link. Just bought a new laptop too. Thank you so much, Kim. We appreciate you. We really, really, really do. All right, let's go down here and catch a couple more. So, Living the Newcomb Life says, hey, Tiffany, what do you recommend to use to oil a new Blackstone? So, if you're talking about, tell them how to season it and then what you do.
So, I use the Blackstone seasoning. That's what I use. And recently, a friend got one, and I bought her the Blackstone. It's like comes in a little jar, and it's to season your Blackstone with. I just used that because I wanted it done right, and I was like, hey, it's made by Blackstone. It must be meant, to really season it well. So that's what I use. And you have to do, I think, like 4 or 5 different applications. You got to heat up your Blackstone, then you got to rub it down all over, let it cool down, turn it back on, rub it down again. So there's a step, and it tells you how to do it. That's
totally worth it, though. Don't skip that. Don't skip that. That's just an original thing.
On there, people doing bacon and just any kind of grease, but I just wanted to make sure that I seasoned it how it was supposed to, or how it was intended to with that stuff. So there's a lot of different videos on there, but that's what I personally use. Yeah. And hers did great too, seasoning it with that. And then just as you cook on it, make sure you're keeping it clean and, not using too many marinades at first on it, because I think the first time we cooked on hers, that was whenever I did that big meal and I did all the hibachi stuff on it. So it was a lot of like sticky seasoning and stuff like that. So you just want to make sure you're doing like a couple of good cooks with like greasy stuff, whether it's bacon or hamburgers, just something to kind of help that season kind of stay in there. Yeah.
I'm telling y'all, they're not complicated to take care of.
No, not at all.
Do not neglect them. As soon as you pull the food off, little spray of water, bubble up your stuck on stuff, little coating of oil as the burners are off. Do that every time. It takes 2 minutes or less, and you will keep a rust-free, amazing Blackstone. Where everybody messes up is they're hungry, scrape the food off, kids are wanting to eat, the wife's wanting to eat, the husband's wanting to eat, whatever, and they throw the lid on it, forget about it, and it's a rust bucket.
Yeah.
If you will literally
Gotta take care
scrape
of
it,
it.
oil
Just
it,
like you would a cast iron pan.
yeah,
Yep.
but it takes no time. And this thing, we've had it for years, and it's been absolutely perfect. All right. We'll catch a couple more and then wrap this thing up. So yeah, Half Pint said he watched that, The Twister on Netflix. That was it.
Yes.
He said amazing documentary. It absolutely is. And then I seen Danny said, as a neighbor of Joplin, whew, there were way better documentaries about that day available to watch, but the new was not good. Well, I hate to hear that.
Really?
We thought it was great, but we're not neighbors of Joplin, and just all we know is just little excerpts and tiny things on YouTube and stuff like that. But I do feel like it maybe showed people more than it showed footage and what actually happened, but it was still a very interesting watch and not something we should ever forget about. And then of course the Moore, Oklahoma one, like there's so many just major storms that come through that we should never ever forget about. All right, I see a lot of people's jumping off. I guess y'all are beating us.
They're ready for
and
dinner.
getting ahead of us. I'm ready to eat. It's getting dark on camera. So y'all, we're gonna wrap this thing up. We appreciate y'all so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us.
Always.
We'll get you content still gonna be spotty this week, but then after that, all the business stuff and everything else I can think of should be gone. So we'll get you some different types of content, other things coming. Don't forget, we got multiple other channels that we're posting stuff to as well, if you're interested in that. Review stuff, build stuff, outdoor stuff. We've got all those channels listed down in the description. Check it out if you're interested in that type of content, and we'll continue to post to those. Good night. God bless. We appreciate y'all so much. Yes, have a great week. Hope everybody's nice and safe with the storms tonight, and the people dealing with it tomorrow like us. We hope that y'all go through it nice and safe as well. See y'all.